Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking with that kit, and I'm scrapbooking this photo of Alex, which isn't a special photo or anything like that, but I am trying to work through the last couple of pictures that I have for 2021, and this is one of them. So let's see what I can do. Guys, so I am starting out by taking this little chipboard word that says vacations and turning it into vacation. Because, you know, we're not taking multiple vacations in this photo, and Alex was home on leave visiting. So leave is basically vacation in the Marines. Well, I mean, maybe he considered it a vacation. I mean, if you looked at his face from this one photo, you would think that he was absolutely miserable the entire time. But he wasn't. I promise, you guys, I promise. So I have this pre-made mixed media background that I did a while ago now. It is a patterned paper. It has the circles upon circles stencil that was used with some ink. And then on top of it is, I cannot remember the name of this heart stencil, but there are 3 sizes of hearts made of hearts on it. You know, I'm pretty bad business owner when you can't even remember the names of your stencils, but there is that one. Now, I decided that I wanted to add a little bit of pizzazz to this, right? Like, I thought about tearing the edges, which I do a lot, and, you know, matting it on another piece of cardstock. I thought about outlining it. I thought about cutting out the heart. Like, there were all kinds of things that were going on my head, you know, to make this a little bit more exciting, right? So ultimately, I decided to flip the edge over, and I end up stapling that edge just to hold it down. And then I'm going to add some pink paper to really kind of make it pop over here, right? Like, I tried a similar color to the bluey purple indigo color that's already down here. Ultimately, it wasn't a similar enough color where it looked like it was jarring, right? The slight difference in the colors of the paper was jarring to my eyes, so I could not handle that. So I go ahead and washi tape the back of that as well. And I thought, you know, too late, after I've already taken this pink paper and cut it up. I've torn it. I've added it to this photo of Alexander. I thought it would have been really awesome to kind of either tear or cut the bottom of the paper off and have the pink paper just as a line at the bottom as well. But like I said, got that idea way too late in the process, even later than what I'm doing right now. And it just didn't work out. And that's okay, right? Like, sometimes you can get a brain burst of an idea. And it could have been a great idea, but you were either too far along in the process, or you've done something to your layout that makes it so that you can't do that thing. So like, tuck that away, put it in the back of your head, write it down somewhere if you have a written place where your ideas that get sparked live. I probably should start doing that when I have ideas, because sometimes I think I have a great idea, I forget about it, and then, you know, 2 months later, you're like, oh, I thought about that 2 months ago. Why haven't I shared it? You know what I mean? You're like way behind the curve. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and decorate that little bit where, guys, I'm sorry, I cannot stop yawning. And I mean, I am not going to stop this voiceover and start over again every time I yawn. It's just not going to happen. Fun fact, I think I haven't done this in years, but I say years, but I haven't fallen asleep during a voiceover in a hot minute. It's been a while, so I'm considering that a win. You know what I'm saying? So a couple things here. I want to make sure that I decorate the pink part of the paper, where the indigo paper is folded forward. And I also want to make sure that my photo is decorated. Now, I decided to keep the embellishment kind of top heavy on here. I am going to add something to the bottom of the page. Fun fact, it is text. I am going to journal at the bottom of the page, but I am definitely purposefully embellishing the top third of this page versus the bottom. Does that make sense? And you know, sometimes that is a conscious decision on my part where I'm like, I'm going to make the top all pretty. And sometimes it is a happy accident where you're like, oh, I just ended up making the top all pretty. So there are different ways you could approach this, right? Like you could follow the design triangle, you could follow all kinds of things. And in my case, I'm just doing what I want because that is what I do, and doing what you want is what I encourage you to do. So we're going to add a little bit of things. I have pulled in this Chamel sticker paper, and I'm going to figure out where things on the layout need to go from that. And then I'm going to overlap a couple things as well. So I have that camera sticker from the Cocoa Vanilla Studio collection that I knew I would not use with the words, right? Like I knew that I just wasn't going to use it. But the camera, oh, you guys, I could not stop yawning. The camera is definitely something I can use. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down there. I've gone ahead and added some more stickers. I'm going to create some layers over here and just kind of end up with a clustery bit. So a lot of the times when we are thinking about clustering, we are thinking about everything piled up on top of another thing. Well, clustering can be that, but it can also be things that are spread apart. It can be things that don't touch at all. There's a myriad of different ways of clustering, and I don't want any one person to think that there is only one way to do it, right? Like, there have been some great clustering classes. There have been great clustering downloads, or not downloads, examples. I'm sure there are downloads too. I just have never gone and looked for a clustering download. Like, all of those things are available. So, you know, you gotta kind of make it your own. And the way I think about clustering items is I'm either going to be overlapping them so that they're touching, or I am going to be sliding and nestling into things. That's what I like to do when I'm playing in the little teeny bits. And the little tags, the doilies, making sure that your letters line up with each other. Like, it's that little teeny bit and that little teeny space that you can just nestle the things into each other. Oh my word, it gives me such joy, right? Like, I like playing with the tiny little minutia of the layout. Of course, you know, I like the big layers as well. It's funny because I say I like dealing with the tiny little bits of the layout, but I don't keep those tiny little scraps. They're gone out the door. You know what I mean? I'm not dealing with that mess. So I am going to add a few things. I've added a few things over here on the fold down area and also to my, I almost said to my brother's picture, but that is not my brother. That is my son. Holy Moses. My mind is starting to turn into mush, guys. I don't know why, but like the tired bus just came and hit me, backed up, hit me again, and then rolled over me. And now it's rolling forward again. Like that I am on the tired bus. Holy Moses. Okay. So I'm going to change the title. So instead of like vacation, it's going to say, is it even vacation? Because, you know, is it? You can't really tell with the face that is on this child's head, right? Like, he looks like he is just absolutely miserable to be in this position. And it stinks because he actually wasn't. Like, he was actually pretty happy to be home. Like, he He wasn't miserable. But you know what? You can't always just scrapbook the great and smiling and beautiful photos. Sometimes you have to scrapbook the bad too, or the not so great, or the not so flattering. Not necessarily bad, but they're not flattering. All right, guys, so now that I have kind of figured out where the pieces are going to go, I need to color in this vacation word. Now, I originally thought about coloring this in as a green or as a pink color. And I am taking my good sweet time coloring that, aren't I? And that was just a lot of dead air. I was watching myself. How pathetic is that? Okay. I say I never go back and rewatch my videos after I do them, and it's true. But I just got lost in the moment of coloring the word vacation. So I can't even tell you what that's about. No idea. So my Nuvo Deluxe, I'm going to go ahead and glue this bad boy down. And then I'm going to go and glue any embellishment or sticker that seems to be having a rather hard time sticking to the layout, right? Like, I don't want everything to be stuck. I want it to be visible, and I'll only meet you if I'll only meet you. What is coming out of my mouth? You guys, I honestly don't even know what I've said for the past 3 minutes. So, yeah. Good grief. Anyway, the Nuvo is going down underneath of all of the things because I don't want anything falling off of this layout. And then I am going to shut my mouth because the stuff that's coming out of it is not exactly making sense anymore, and we just need to be done. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon for another video.